What's up, guys? This is Denoyer, and today I'll be adding the 10th part to What If Lt.Surge sponsor dash. Before we begin this part, I would just like to say that at the time of making this video, the Surge sponsor dash story and the Ultra Space Ash story both were at 33% in the poll. So that's why I decided that I would make the Surge sponsor dash story first and then the Ultra Space Ash story in quick succession, not too many days between. And plus, we have finally hit 1000 subscriber, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much because it has been a hell of a journey. It has been a hell of a ride. I've been making videos for over a year now, and yeah, I'm just happy to be able to contribute to a community which has been some sort of a close friend of mine because I've been watching What If stories from 2018. So I'm so happy that I am also able to contribute to this wonderful community which has grown so much from when it started, especially the Pokemon What If community. In just 1 year, we have so many good channels. We have Ronin Charizard, plus Ultraman is making videos in Pokemon What If communities. Pickle Dill is there, Rune Scribble is there, Vegito What Ifs is there, Dewax was there, Noibat Boy, just Amuten is there. Amuten, shout out to Amuten, he's an upcoming YouTuber. Extract, shout out to Extract, a good friend of mine on Discord. And I think I did dug myself into a hole here because I feel like I'm forgetting someone, but I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry if I so sorry if I forgot someone. I just listed every Pokemon What If YouTuber that I knew off the top of my head. So I'm so sorry if I missed anyone. Please don't get mad. And yeah, thank you to everyone, every YouTuber who appeared on my podcast, Ronin Charizard, Ultraman, Pickle Dill, Vegito What Ifs, whoever appeared on my podcast. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you to my early Discord mods, Dumbass85, Kajul, Hasbrow, all those guys in the Discord who are my earliest subscribers who had been supporting me ever since I like started making videos. They were like early subscribers of the channel. Noibat Boy, all those guys, and yeah, it just yeah, it just feels like the first phase of my journey is completed, and from now on things will get better and hopefully bigger. So let's just hope that we can be a part of this community and keep things fresh, keep things going, and let's begin the story. After winning the soul badge in the Fuchsia City gym in his rematch against Janine, Ash and Serena arrive at the next stop of his gym battle, which was the magnificent Saffron City. Here he would have to battle against the psychic type specialist Sabrina. Serena asked Ash what lineup of Pokemon will he use in this. Ash tells her that Raichu and Slowbro are a fixed pair because they were forced to sit out in their previous battles, and they have and it has been a while since they last battled, so it would be a good to test them out. Besides, he really wants to test out Raichu's new strength and just show everyone how far he had really come. Serena tells Ash that in that case he should spend at least a week training before he rushes into the gym battle, because it was not too long ago that he had his battle against Janine, and that was a long and grueling battle. So he would probably need some rest. So heeding Serena's advice, Ash decides to take this week to get some battle rust of Slowbro and Raichu, as it had been a while since the battle, and although it took them just a day, their battling rust and instincts were absolutely back, and they were back in top shape and top form to battle again. Raichu in particular was very psyched to be battling again, as it had been a while since its last battle, and the last battle it had been in was against Silver's Charizard, and that was something to behold. But after the battle, Raichu had only gotten better and better, and as for Slowbro, it had also begun to develop new techniques. However, Ash's main focus in this week was to implement more and more of Serena's contest battling style into his own style, as it would help him grow tremendously. As some of the moves that he had seen Serena perform with her Pokemon could be absolutely beneficial in his Pokemon battlings. So that's why he decided that it would be a good idea to train both Slowbro and Raichu to using some of the contest moves, both offensively and defensively. Raichu in particular had developed a really friendly bond with Serena's Pikachu. Pikachu taught Raichu some of the contest moves and tried its best to cover the deficit that Raichu had in speed because of evolving early on. In return, Raichu helped Pikachu strengthen its selected type moves and overall strength in general. It was a really healthy relationship between those two, and both of them helped each other to grow tremendously. Slowbro also learned a lot from these contest battling styles and started to implement both in the offensive and defensive aspects of his game. The Ash's Pokemon were getting much more exposure than they would have just sticking to the basic style that Surge had taught them. One thing that Ash learned from his battle against Silver that you should never be afraid of evolving, and that's exactly what he did. He just looking at Silver and how he completely changed his battling style and was excelling, Ash decided to keep his base as what Surge had taught him and add new things on top of it. This would give his Pokemon the much needed exposure to grow and be on the championship level way before he had won all 8 badges. And it was clearly evident as Raichu was already a formidable opponent as a formidable Pokemon when he left the Viridian City Gym and began his journey. But now, not only that it had gotten exposure to different battling styles and grew in strength tremendously, it had added a plethora of different skills and texturity into its battling style. So, after about 4 days of this blended learning, Ash was finalizing his pick on his third Pokemon. He decided it would be good to use Nidorino, as Kangaskid would be too inexperienced to battle against someone like Sabrina, and Dragonair was still getting used to its new power and was still a bit chaotic. Nidorino would be a perfect choice, but before he could make that choice, another Pokemon popped up from a Pokeball in his bag. This was Machoke. Although Ash hadn't caught Machoke officially, all this time it had been training alongside Ash and Serena, and just learning more and more. Machoke was getting more and more confident ever since Silver left him, because unlike Silver, Ash was not trying to force his own battling style onto Machoke and helped him grow at his own pace. So Machoke was in his comfort zone, but at the same time was growing more and more and learning new techniques while being comfortable at what he does. So Machoke decided it was time to finally test out its skill. And although at first Ash was a bit skeptical, considering that it was a psychic type gym, but he looked at determination in Machoke's eyes and just the will to prove himself right. And this was enough to convince Ash. So the next day, after finally a week of preparing, Ash arrived at the Saffron City gym alongside Serena. As he was entering the gym, he noticed the recent challengers list and saw that Silver has already gotten the badge. It's amazed as to how Silver had gathered so many badges so quickly, and Ash realized that he needed to step up his game, and this would be a perfect opportunity to show the entire Kanto region just what kind of beast he has in his arsenal. So with that, he entered the gym and he was greeted by the Psychic type specialist Sabrina. Sabrina tells Ash that she was expecting him, as ever since she heard that the apprentice gym leader of the Vermilion City Gym had decided to take on the gym challenge itself. She was looking forward to see how Surge's protege would perform. Ash tells Sabrina that he is no longer just Surge's protege; he is his own trainer. And although he will always have the Vermilion Gym style of battling, he will prove to her how much he has grown ever since then. Sabrina tells Ash that she foresaw this conclusion, and although she doesn't know the exact details, she very well knows that this would be a defining battle in both of their careers. So, with that, she addresses the rules. This will be a 3-on-3 battle, with only the challenger being allowed to substitute Pokemon. Ash says he's okay with this, and thus the battle begins. Ash sends out his Slowbro, and Sabrina sends out her Hypno. And Ash gets the first move. He orders Slowbro to use a future sight, and to his surprise, Sabrina does the same. Sabrina comments on Ash teaching Slowbro such a high-level psychic type move right off the start, and Ash just smiles and tells her that there is a lot more where that came from. Sabrina then orders Hypno to use a Shadow Ball, and Ash orders Slowbro to defend using Surf Attack. As the wave of water flies towards Hypno, the Shadow Ball cuts through it and heads straight for Slowbro. But just then something odd happens. Slowbro uses its psychic abilities to bend the water into something resembling a whiplash. These whiplash are able to deflect the shadow balls, and then Slowbro starts using these whiplashes of water against Hypno, almost almost like a wine almost like a water version of the wine whip. Hypno is caught completely off guard from this sheer amount of creativity in front of him, and Ash just looks at Serena and smiles, as if saying thank you. Sabrina tells Ash that although this use of psychic attack is very creative, this is not something that she has not seen before, and she orders Hypno to send to dodge the whiplashes and then fire off rapid shadow balls. And Hypno does the same, but this time Sabrina shows off her own psychic abilities as she orders Hypno to control the shadow balls using psychic attack and move them much more and make them advance much more faster and at a higher pace at Slowbro. And once again, to her surprise, Ash orders Slowbro to use Surf, and this time use its psychic attack to transform the Surf into a counter shield. Yes, this is the same counter shield that Ash uses in the Sinnoh League. So just imagine it being similar to that. Slowbro uses its psychic attack to transform the water summoned by the Surf attack into some sort of a tornado. And this tornado not only defends it from the shadow wall, but also deflects all of them back at Hypno, causing a massive explosion. Then both of them are hit with the future sight attack. However, Slowbro is able to tank it fairly easily, while on the other hand, Hypno has taken a lot of damage and goes down from this attack. Sabrina tells Ash that she is really impressed at the psychic prowess of Slowbro, and to have beaten her in her own game is something definitely memorable. Ash thanks her for her compliment, but tells her that he knows that Sabrina has a lot more in her arsenal. And Sabrina smiles and nods. Ash recalls Slowbro, making use of his regenerative ability to heal whatever HP he had lost. He then sends out his second Pokemon, Machoke, and Sabrina sends out Jinx. Sabrina tells Ash that this is an odd choice, but considering how powerful his Slowbro was, she will not underestimate his fighting type as well. And Ash just smiles, saying that she is smart for thinking that. The battle begins as Ash orders Machoke to use its newest move, Stone Edge. The sharp shards of stone fly straight towards Jinx. Sabrina orders Jinx to use Psychic to control the rocks, but the rocks are powered up by Machoke's no guard ability, and they are absolutely unavoidable because of it. And they hit Jinx, causing a massive amount of damage. Jinx is able to somehow hold on and fire off an ice beam which hits Machoke straight in the face. Ash orders Machoke to use a move which catches Sabrina off guard. This is Fire Punch, which hits Jinx straight in the face. Once again, Jinx is barely able to hold on as Ash comments it on its toughness, but says that it's only a matter of time before it will go down. Jinx then unleashes a psychic attack, which Machoke is unable to defend from. This turns into a grueling battle with both Pokemon taking more and more damage. But from what it looks like, Jinx is adapting to Machoke's battling style and is able to evade most of Machoke's wild attacks. Even though they are powered up by no guard, Jinx is able to deflect them at the last moment, causing minimal damage. And while on the other hand, Jinx's psychic attacks are taking a toll on Machoke. So Ash knows that he has to go for broke. He orders Machoke to use a Fire Punch to end it all. And this time, Sabrina orders Jinx to use a Blizzard attack. As Machoke charges through the blizzard, it takes more and more damage, but through sheer determination, it lands the Fire Punch straight in Jinx's face and knocks it out cold. But all the damage it had taken so far is enough to wear it out as well, thus resulting in a double KO. Ash thanks Machoke for this battle and says that it has proven more than its worth, as it went the distance with a Pokemon that had a type advantage on it, and he is so proud of it as a battler. Sabrina also compliments Machoke on his ability and tells Ash that no ordinary Pokemon would have been able to battle Jinx at the level that Machoke did. And with that, she sends out her final Pokemon, Alakazam, and Ash once again sends out Slowbro. Ash orders Slowbro to once again use the Whiplash technique with Surf, and the Whiplashes of water are sent straight at Alakazam. However, Alakazam proves its much more powerful psychic ability as it is able to turn the whips against Slowbro itself and overpower it in the psychic aspect of battling. This goes on for a while, and although Slowbro is bulky, Alakazam is just too fast and lands 10 hits on Slowbro, and Slowbro is unable to land even a single one. This goes on for a while before Alakazam fires off a powerful energy ball, which is able to finally bring down Ash's tank, bringing Ash down to his last Pokemon as well. And Ash finally sends out his ace after all this time, Raichu. It has been so long since Ash has battled with Raichu, and he was eager to show everyone what Raichu had truly become. He orders a Thunderbolt, and unlike before, this Thunderbolt is so powerful as it races straight towards Alakazam. Sabrina orders Alakazam to use Psychic to hold the Thunderbolt off, but the sheer power behind Thunderbolt is too strong even for Alakazam's Psychic. As the Thunderbolt breaks through the Psychic waves and heads straight for Alakazam, who is barely able to dodge. The area which the Thunderbolt hits is effectively destroyed and burnt, and Sabrina realizes what kind of a beast Raichu truly is. Sabrina orders Alakazam to use a double team, combination of double team and teleport, and this basically leaves Alakazam in an invincible state. However, Ash knows very well what to do, as it tells Raichu to use Charge. Raichu gathers all of its electric energy within its body, and then Ash orders Raichu to use a Thunderbolt. Raichu sends off a multi-directional thunderbolt powered up by all of its electric prowess, and this thunderbolt is able to destroy every copy of Alakazam. Even though Alakazam is fast and is using teleport to dodge, even its teleporting ability are not as fast as the thunderbolts approaching it. And with thunderbolts approaching it from all directions, it is finally hit by one of the attacks, which almost knocks it out. Just one hit from Raichu almost knocked Sabrina's most powerful Pokemon out. This is where Sabrina realizes that she cannot play around, as she needs to go for broke, and playing it safe against Raichu will only delay the inevitable. So, as risky as it sounds, she needs to combat power with power, as she orders Alakazam to use a Psyshock. But this time, Raichu uses the same technique as Slowbro did, as it uses Thunderbolt as a counter shield to defend against the attack. The Psyshock is vaporized as the moment it hits the counter shield, and then Sabrina basically realizes that there is no way of winning this battle. As a last ditch effort, she orders another Psyshock, but Raichu unleashes the most powerful of thunder attacks in its entire battling career, as a blue lightning strikes from up above and strikes Alakazam down, knocking it out cold. With that, Raichu just made easy work of one of the strongest gym leaders in the entire Kanto region. Sabrina says that she was right, and this battle proved to be a defining moment in both of their careers, as she awards Ash with the Marsh badge, and she tells Ash that no doubt he is the most talented and the strongest trainer she has faced so far. Ash looks at her and says, even stronger than Silver. Even stronger than Silver, he asks her, and Sabrina says that as of now, yes. But if Ash wants to keep that power advantage, he needs to worry, because Silver is progressing at a rate which is just scary at this point. Speaking of Silver, uh, Ash and Raichu both go up to Serena, who congratulates them. And now with his sixth badge in tow, the next stop will be none other than Vermilion City, where Serena will finally participate in the Grand Festival. Speaking of Silver, he has made his way into the Fuchsia City gym to challenge Janine for the Soul Badge. Janine, who already has a chip on her shoulder, asks Silver if he's Giovanni's son, and Silver harshly replies to the comment that he does not need gi- his parents' giveaways to be successful as a trainer. He then looks at Janine and criticizes her for being a daddy's girl, and he even goes on to say that without her father's support, she wouldn't be the trainer she is now. This instantly gets under the hyper competitive Janine's skin, as she tells Silver to ready his first Pokemon. Silver tells her that he will battle her only using his Charizard, and it would be enough to take all her Pokemon out. Janine tells Ash that Janine tells Silver that she will wipe that smug smirk off his face right away, as she sends out her Muck. But with a single flamethrower, Charizard knocks Muck out cold, giving Silver an early lead. And unfortunately for Janine, this is the same thing with her Nido Queen. She just cannot believe what is happening right now. How is this trainer so strong? And by the looks of it, the Charizard looks as it as if it has been training all day until it finally dropped, and that's the same thing with Silver. They both look like they have been through absolute hell, and battling is just too easy for them at this point. She finally sends out her final Pokemon, which is her Galarian Weezing. However, this time Silver decides to finish it off in style, as he orders a Blast Bun attack. 3 hits, 3 one-hit knockouts, and a clean sweep for Silver with the Soul Badge in tow. He looks at Janine and smiles, and tells her that that he expected this exact thing from someone who has been handed everything throughout their entire life. As he tells Janine that if she really wants a rematch, she should meet him in the Pokemon League, as that's where he will be heading. But considering that Janine is a spoiled daddy's girl, he doubts that she will be able to take that chance. Janine wants to respond, but her confidence and her ego was absolutely humbled in this battle. So she just looks down at the ground and throws the soul badge at him, which Silver catches before before leaving. The next morning, when a challenger arrives at the Fuchsia City gym to challenge Janine for yet another battle, he notices that there is a close sign on the entry door. Janine had left, no one knows where. And guys, that's where we'll be ending this part. Thank you so much for watching. Uh, Next part will come soon. Just stay patient. Lot of big things coming for this channel. Thank you so much for 1K subscribers, and I will see you in the next video.